The Boston Celtics defeated the Dallas Mavericks 107-89 to win game one of the NBA Finals. Going into the series, the storyline was really mainly about Kyrie and Luka, and I would say mainly about Kyrie and his tumultuous relationship with the city of Boston, how there was no love for either side, that Kyrie had left in a disingenuous way the Celtics, and the way he carried himself over there did not endear himself to the Celtics fan base. It was all about just him and his redemption arc and him getting revenge on the Celtics or the Celtics getting revenge on him. That's really what that buildup was about. But I think the forgotten storyline is really also Porzingis, in the sense that Porzingis did not enjoy his time with the Dallas Mavericks. He hated playing for them. He didn't enjoy playing with Luka, even though he thought it would be fun from the beginning. But then later on, he just saw that Luka's game didn't complement his game, that he just didn't mesh well with Luka. The play style just didn't fit him. And I believe the Mavericks just kind of relegated him to being a spot up shooter, and that was it. That there was nothing else for him in that offense, and he hated playing for Carlisle. Just it ended terribly for him. And then they traded him to the Wizards, where he was able to rehabilitate his career to some degree and start to bounce back from what happened in Dallas. Then heading into this season, the Wizards traded him to the Celtics, where it gave him even a bigger platform to rehabilitate his image from the last several years. He's taken advantage of it this year. He's put up great numbers during the regular season. I think he was averaging 20 points per game this season as the Celtics' third option. He was great in their role throughout the season. The Celtics have used him on mismatches intentionally to post up smaller guys, and they've taken advantage of all the defense Tatum and Jaylen Brown gets, which leaves Porzingis easy opportunities to get easy buckets. So it's been kind of like a match made in heaven heading into this game. Porzingis, I believe, hadn't played for like over a month, so there's questions about him being ready to play. Would he be in game shape? Would he be rusty? But he made his impact known from the beginning. When he entered the game, the Celtics were down, I think 18-17. And after he came in there, it was like a stimulus boost for the Celtics. They went on a ridiculous run. They jumped out on the Mavericks. I think they had the largest lead in NBA history for first quarter. It was a huge injection. His impact made the moment he entered this game. It was ridiculous. He looked very spry on both ends of the court. He was getting easy dunks, just rejections. There was this one play where it looked like Josh Green, I believe, had an easy fast break layup, and Porzingis sprinted there right in time to make a ridiculous block. I felt that really set the tone for the Celtics defensively. He was fantastic. He also made his impact again in the second half when the Celtics started Al Horford in the second half also. That's when the Mavericks went on this run. Luka started to feel better, started getting easy layups, and they cut the lead down all the way to 8 when I think the Celtics' biggest lead at one point in time was 28. It seemed like the Celtics were going to choke away this game. They put in Porzingis, and then they go on another ridiculous run again. I think he had like a dunk that put them up like by 11 points, and they really need that dunk. They never looked back again after that. So his impact was huge. His influence was ridiculous. He was the best player in this game. I believe Jaylen Brown led the Celtics in scoring with 22 points. Porzingis had 20, but Porzingis all around, just impact was ridiculous. They would not have won this game without his great contribution. Now, when you look at the Mavericks, Kyrie was harassed throughout this game. He struggled. He got his shots blocked a few times. He shot terribly, shot overall 31% from the field. This was a terrible game for Kyrie. Luka started off slow, but he started to finish strong. He had a great game with 30 points, 10 rebounds, on 46% shooting overall from the field, but he only had 1 assist. The Celtics swarming defense was able to prevent him from being a playmaker, which really helped them. They pretty much forced him to be an ISO scorer. That plays into their hands, and the rest of the Mavericks were pretty much pretty much done after that. Nobody had really a good offensive game outside of Jalen Hardy. He's the only one who really shot well in this game, and Daniel Gafford. But Gafford's buckets are just simple lobs and putbacks. Lively was taken out of this game also. I feel that Porzingis' impact also limited Lively, who has like the highest plus minus uh, ratio since Ginobili for rookies. So his impact was negated. That shows you how valuable Porzingis is. It'll definitely be interesting to see how the Mavericks adjust to Porzingis in the second game, and can Porzingis continue to play like this throughout the series. If he continues to play like this, they could very well sweep them. Grant, I still have this going to 6 games. I would also say Tatum was pretty bad offensively in this game, at least when it comes from scoring. But he made up for it in other categories. I felt like just rebounding was really good. Grant's turnovers were really bad. I think he must have had 6 in this game. So he could work on that. But he had a horrible game. Obviously, you would assume he would play better the next game, but we'll see. Tatum is kind of like a streaky player, so you never know what can happen with him. But the Celtics look like they're in a good spot right now by winning this game. I think the next game really puts the pressure on Dallas more so than the Celtics to win, even though game 2 is in Dallas. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see the adjustments the Mavericks make. I think this next game should be closer, but we'll see.